Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Car Talk. From Studio A at the Sugar Shack Studios, it's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, we're going to get a hold of
Something
from,
Something.
We're working on it. Hemmings Motor News. It's the Bible for auto enthusiasts. Today we're going to talk to the CEO, hopefully, Jonathon Shaw, as soon as he dials in. Got to drive the $114,000 Jeep Grand Wagoneer.
Well, you guys are in these $100,000 cars this week, huh?
I don't know what the deal is.
Mars with the Raptor R, you with the Jeep?
We guessed, and I guessed $7,000. I think you guessed, $12,000 on that?
So, anyway. Give you my thoughts on it. Conrad has the cruise-in calendar. Yeah, cruise-in still happening despite the fact that we're heading up to Christmas. We'll talk to author and automotive guru, our West Coast connection, Jack Nerad, plus This Week in Auto History, along with the stories making news headlines this week. Just ahead on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Thanks for joining us. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We always need more Jeff Seekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad that you could join us this morning. We're hoping that Mr. Shaw is going to be joining us.
Give me just about a minute here. We're kind of working on it.
I see him waving. Jonathan, can you hear us?
I'm assuming that means he can hear us.
Hey, guys, I got you loud and clear.
Hot diggity dog. Well, it's great to have you on the air with us. He is the CEO, president, I should say, of Hemmings. And Hemmings is not just Hemmings Motor News anymore. You got other publications as well, and I think I subscribe to every single one of them.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's great to be here with you and in wheel time and enjoying a nice little Saturday. What could be better than talking cars, too?
Absolutely. And I understand that you guys have made a big announcement this week, joining forces again with Carlisle. And you're going to do is it kind of like a nationwide thing?
Yeah, so we're sponsoring the Carlisle, the major events at Carlisle this year, both the spring and the fall. So we're really excited about that. And then we're going to continue to do our club challenge when they have kind of the Ford Nationals, the Corvette Nationals and everything up there in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. So we're excited about deepening our partnership with Carlisle. You know, they've done an amazing job of taking the event and really expanding it and getting, different age groups interested in. So, you're getting the younger Camaro, owners, the younger Mustang owners, alongside your kind of traditional vintage owner, traditional vintage muscle car, aficionados as well. It's a really great mix of people and really makes for a wonderful show up there at Carlisle.
Well, and it's not just a judged show. It's more than that. I mean, it is a huge event up there.
You're right. Yeah. Swap meets, car corrals. They do a great job with their live auction when it's partnered, there. So there's really something for everybody. And it's just a neat area to be in. A lot of history there, too.
It's funny because the car shows up there, obviously steeped in tradition, especially Carlisle. We've all heard of Carlisle. And not only is it steeped in the tradition, but it's a different take of car shows than we have, say, here in Texas. I mean, there are smaller car shows that kind of mirror parts of Carlisle, but this is, it's over and above, I think, what most people in Texas, anyway, really think of when it comes to car shows.
Yeah, and, everything is kind of multi-day, especially if you go to, the fall or spring Carlisle. That's kind of super broad as far as, any interest, available can come to that with the swap meet and everything. And then, they do the make model specific events where they have, it's just trucks or, it's just the Corvette Nationals. So you really get a pretty wide range. I think they're doing 7 events this year. So we'll be there for every single one of them. And, you mentioned you guys are in Texas. I'm going to have to come back on and when we announce our MusclePalooza event there in Texas, where we do drag racing and a vintage and modern muscle car show with awards and everything too. So I'll definitely be dropping that when we finish that deal for this year.
Well, I will tell you that we're always game for stuff like that.
Yeah, buddy.
And, we have been known to go to different cities for remote broadcasts. We've got the Lone Star Street Rod Association event coming up in the spring. That's going to be in Granbury, Texas. You ever been to Granbury, Texas?
I have not been to Granbury, Texas, but I do have some Texas connections. My wife is from Dallas. My father-in-law lives in San Antonio, and my favorite place to go hunt in the entire world is in Southwest Texas, outside of Marfa and Presidio County.
Well, your
you
wife from Dallas, Texas, will definitely know about Granbury, Texas. It's about an hour south of Fort Worth, and it is a spectacular location right on the lake there. And they have this wonderful, I guess we could call it a cruise-in, although some guys leave their cars there overnight. But it is a judged show, and it's all the hot rod stuff. And guys that are well-versed in hot rodding show up there, well over 100 cars, and it's a great setting at the park there. That's something that you guys should check out because we'll be there, and we'd love to have you come along with us.
That sounds awesome. I'm writing it down right now to check that out. The other places we're doing MusclePalooza. So every year, we've done a MusclePalooza for the last 25 years, but it's always been in upstate New York, and people have asked us for a really long time. Please bring it west, bring it south, bring it to other areas. So we're going to be at the famous historical Maple Grove Dragway. So we'll be in Maple Grove outside of Philadelphia there, April 13th. We'll be at Dragway 42 for MusclePalooza Midwest there in Salem, Ohio, May 11th. We've got one in Florida, and we've got one in Texas as well. So once we get those contracts done with the tracks, we'll be announcing dates for those. So we're doing 4 MusclePaloozas this year, and it's going to range from everything from vintage muscle, modern muscle, muscle trucks. Kids under 12 get in free. There's payouts for the drag racing. It's bracket racing, and then awards in the car show. And car show winners are going to be featured in our magazine. So it's really a great opportunity.
Tell me more. Tell me more about the car show aspect of it. I like to take my 20. Gosh, I have to admit this. My 2001 is what it is. So you do the math.
He can't take his shoes off right now to do the math.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You have to do it.
And I take it to cruise-ins, and every once in a while, we'll take it out and do fun things with it, like the Hot Rod Tour of Texas. Do you have room for the car show? Is it a judged show? Do I have to leave the car there overnight as a cruise-in? Tell me about that.
So you can leave your car overnight if you want, but you do not have to at all. All of our MusclePaloozas are a one-day event. What's unique about the Texas one is we might expand that to a 2-day event. And kind of kick it off on Friday afternoon, allow some test and tune racing, in the evening. But from the car show side, love the question because we see huge growth right now, especially in the collector marketplace. With early 2000s, 80s and 90s cars have gotten really hot. The Fox bodies, the third gen IROC Z's, and everything. But you're starting to see that creep up beyond the 90s and into the early 2000s. So it's a judge car show, but you can also sign up just to bring your car into the car show if you want to have it in the show, but not judged as well.
So fun.
So you can do a cruise in with it as well.
Fix your microphone. I can't hear you. What?
So you can kind of cruise in as well.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
And I will tell you that's really attractive to me because I've done all the car show trophies and all that stuff. I certainly don't mind going to a Sunday morning cruise in around here and open the hood, roll down the windows, and let everybody see what I've got. I got a clean car that's got so a few aftermarket touches to it. Nothing special,
but virtually no miles on it for as old as it
well,
is.
That's true. It does have a few miles on it, 33,000 miles on it. But I will tell you that's attractive to me, so I can drive in there, show the car, and if you want to see a nice clean car from 2000 2001. Here it is, and then I can drive it home. And those kind of things are attractive to me. And that's good that you've got a place, because usually in a big event like that, it is a judged show. You got to drive in there, set it up on Friday, then have the show on Saturday, wait for the trophies
Clean the
on
car
Saturday.
4 times during the show.
Constantly cleaning the car. So those kind of things are really attractive to me.
And Haggerty's going to draw big name stuff.
What's that?
Haggerty's going to draw big name
Hemmings.
stuff. Hemmings, excuse me. Hemmings is going to draw big name stuff. Oops.
Conrad.
Okay, that's the other H. They're just an insurance group.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's it.
There we go.
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk for a minute, if you don't mind. Let's talk about the different publications that you guys have.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we still have Hemmings Motor News. That's the original, right? That's kind of why we're celebrating our 70th anniversary in 2024. Ernest Hemmings, back in 1954, found a need where he and his Model A and Model T buddies didn't have anywhere where they could trade parts or find cars. So he created a 4-page pamphlet back in 54 and mailed it to 100 of his Model A and Model T buddies out in Illinois. And here we are 70 years later. We still got the big book, #1 seller on automotive title on newsstands, which we're thrilled about. We produce Hemmings Muscle Machines and Hemmings Classic Car magazines as well. But I got to tell you, and we've been successful in the print business, and the big book is still 350, 400 pages all year long, every single month. But if you're only reading it in print, you're missing out a little bit, because we have 30,000 cars for sale on the website on Hemmings.com at any given time. So it's just become massive. This year we'll do over 38 million people will visit the website.
Well, you don't know this, but we have this little thing here that I started not too long ago called Hemmings Sold Car Roundup, the thing that you guys send out to all of us. And so we take that and we talk amongst ourselves, and I let the boys here kind of guess what the car is sold for. And so it's a little game that we play every week, Hemmings Sold Car Roundup, and it's fun. I obviously can't do all of them, but I just pick and choose and try to run it across the board as far as year, make, and model. And we just got finished with it right before you came on. But it's a lot of fun for us, just guessing how much these cars sold for. The one that I think stumped the band here this morning was the Aston Martin Vantage that was 20 years old, sold for $66,000. Yeah, we were kind of taken back by that, but at any rate, it's a fun thing to do. And I will say this: that one thing, it's not just a used car magazine that you have, Hemmings Motor News, because you can find guys in there that do old steering wheels. Send me your steering wheel, I'll redo it like new. And those things are very attractive to me. Man, I could sit and read that for all day long. Tube radios for old cars. Send it to me. We're going to fix it. It's going to look like new. It's going to sound brand new when you get it back.
Yeah, there's an amazing number of craftsmen that still offer their services through Hemmings, and part of the reason we're big on the kids under 12 get in free to our shows this year at MusclePalooza is really trying to get more people into the car hobby, and hopefully that continues to feed the things that we do at the RPM Foundation and helping people get into the trades, so that we can continue having people offer the services. People need to be doing apprenticeships with these guys and gals because there's too few of them right now doing, offering some of these repairs and services, but you can find them in Hemmings, that's for sure.
Jonathan, do you have kids?
I do. I have 3 kids. My 2 boys. I've got a 9-year-old boy and a 7-year-old boy, and I have a 2.5-year-old little girl. So I'm in my sweatshirt right now. We just got out of morning basketball games here, so I ran into my office here at home to get on the air with you guys.
Yeah, well, I say that because I raised a couple of daughters, and I drug them to every car show and drag race and round race, and I think that some of it rubbed off. I think that they both have a new appreciation for cars. They take care of their cars. They do the oil changes and stuff like that set that they're supposed to do. Not that they get out and work on them, twist wrenches. My youngest is an astrophysicist, so she's in the space industry. But you get it. I mean, you kind of pass it along. You pass on your passion, so to speak. And this is such a great deal. So I'm thinking, when is Carlisle in the spring? It seems to be about April 17th through the 21st, correct?
I believe that is right.
Yeah, and then the October one is October 2nd through the 6th. Boy, that just reeks of a vacation. Bring the Corvette, immerse yourself in all the fun and activities up there at Carlisle. And that's a real haul from Houston, Texas, I will say that. So you'd have to take some time off from work, but it would be one of those things that I think it's attractive to me, you know?
I think you got to experience it if you haven't been up there yet. That's for sure. It's one of those. It's been around. They're celebrating their 50th year this year. And shows like this don't last 50 years if they're not worth going to. So it's an experience, that's for sure.
Tell me about Sun and Fun, the expo campus that you got in Lakeland, Florida.
That one I'm not as familiar with. I don't believe that's our event.
Well, it's on your press release.
That might have been. Maybe that's Carlisle's. I think that's Carlisle's.
Okay.
and not a Hemmings event.
I got you. Okay. Well, very good. Well, I mean, the press release kind of entails everything, and it's kind of hard to separate, Hemmings from Carlisle because the press release kind of marries you two guys together.
Yeah. So what are the cars and coffee that you guys are going to on a regular basis out there in Houston?
Well, there's so many. Conrad can speak to that. He puts together the list. I mean, there have got to be at least 24 events on every weekend around here. I mean, Houston's a big city, and
it's a great car city too.
Yeah, it truly is, and a lot of enthusiasts here. The one that we're most intimately involved in is a thing called Tailpipes and Tacos, and we're trying to get back on track. We've had a bunch of bad weather days back to back. It's a monthly event that Stan Holt, a good friend of the show's, he puts on, and it's a lot of fun. It's a cruise in at a Tex-Mex restaurant on a Saturday morning, and he gives away free tacos, and everybody shows up and hands out nice trophies and that sort of thing. So it's an easy come and go 3-hour kind of deal.
That sounds fun. Next time I'm in Houston, I'm going to look it up. We'll all go together.
Please call us and let us know.
I will.
I was going to say we'll pick you up at the airport, but because of the construction, no.
Oh, yeah.
We'll Uber you out. Yeah, exactly. Well, listen, it's great to talk to you, and thanks so much for joining us today. And best of luck on the upcoming marriage you guys have with Carlisle.
Thank you very much. It's great to be with you all in wheel time. I appreciate it, and go check out Hemmings.com or come to a MusclePalooza when we get the full event schedule noted out there. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Let us know when that is. Yeah.
Let us know. We'll get on. Absolutely. We'll get on the air with you. Sounds good, Jonathan. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Bye.
That is so cool.
It is. And Conrad.
Yes, sir.
Conrad has it Haggerty. I don't know where did that come from.
I don't know.
It was just H Hemmings Haggerty.
That's not what it is. An H.
Get the H out.
Hell.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Time now for the cruise-in calendar. Let's do that, shall we?
So this afternoon, OTT
Put
tuning event.
here. There you go.
At Bass Pro Shops in Pearland. Starts at 12 noon, goes on to 4 o'clock. At 3 p.m. this afternoon to 6 p.m. at 2023 Exotic and Luxury Car Show in Montrose on Westheimer. Don, it's a place for you and your pumps.
All right.
The car show and toy drive in Aransas Pass, if you want to get a little further south. And then the street performance and off-road toy drive on Castleford Street in Houston. The entry is a toy donation, because lots of people are doing their Christmas toy drives.
All
Car
over.
show and toy event at Friendly Ford in Crosby, Texas.
Know it well.
And the entry is a toy. The Car Culture Invitational Toy Drive at 2711 Plaza Drive in Sugarland, so that's just kind of around the corner
That's
from
not
here.
very far from here.
And that's tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Also tomorrow, starting at noon, is the Cruise Old Tomball on Main Street in Tomball. Just be real careful, because the Tomball police turn that into a revenue-generating event.
No sense of humor, eh?
None whatsoever. And then also tomorrow at 6 p.m. is the car meetup at D&M True Value on West Montgomery Street in Willis, Texas. And then also tomorrow night at Fuego's Meet off of Durham in Houston. That's pretty much most of it.
All right, thank you. Time now for this hour's car review. Had a chance to drive the 2023 Jeep Grand Wagoneer. Available trim levels are Series 1, Series 2, and Series 3. I drove the Series 3 Obsidian 4x4. It's a standard body-on-frame 3-row SUV. Boy, is it nice. 7 passengers. Exterior changes from last model year. Well, it was all new in 2021. They brought back the Wagoneer name. And it's, by the way, it's called Wagoneer by Jeep, not the Jeep Wagoneer. So just wanted to let you know that. Exterior features: conservative, classy, upright, full-size SUV with a 7-slot grille, of course. Slab sides, extra large windows with chrome surrounds. It's kind of a conservative throwback design. It's interesting. Big, sophisticated wheel and tire combo, a chrome bling on the extra large hatch with attractive lighting front and back. What I liked about it, the conservative nature of the entire look of it. It is conservative.
And good looking.
It is. What could use improvement? Not sure, if anything. Interior highlights: digital instrument cluster with extra large infotainment screen. Classy. Hideaway passive phone charger behind a retractable screen that basically adjusts all of the massaging and thing seats that it does. Screens on the backs of both front seats, second row center console as well. A comfortable quilted seating with massage, heat, and enough positions to send you to the moon and back. Cargo trunk room. For more room behind the third row, get the L model if that's what you need. If you're really going to use the third row, then you'd want to have the L model. It's a separate model. What I liked about it, everything. What could use improvement? The question is really, at what point is there too much? That really, with this vehicle, that becomes the real question. Now, the engine. This has the 3.0 liter twin turbo inline 6-cylinder
Oh, okay. The new Hurricane.
that turns out 510 horsepower with the horsepower upgrade for the Series 2 and Series 3. Okay. 8-speed automatic transmission, tows 9,800 pounds, hauls 1,360 miles per gallon, which I don't quite understand this, but it only gets 14 city, 20 on the highway for combined to 17. I got 15.9 over 324.5 miles. What I liked about it, it has the smoothest power band that you have ever felt in an engine. It feels like an old Cadillac V8, smooth as silk.
Gobs of torque.
Gobs of torque, and it sounds good too. It's quite amazing. I really did like it. Even if you don't buy one, go find one that's got this engine in it and go, yeah, I understand what he's talking about now. What could use improvement? Well, like I said, mileage is a bit disappointing because I thought that them going from the Hemi V8, which, by the way, I think you can get in this thing, to this inline 6-cylinder would result in better gas mileage, but it apparently doesn't.
That's a big, heavy vehicle.
Oh, my gosh, is it?
So, that engine, to me, I think you can overdo. A small engine can try and carry too much weight, so it's got to work harder. The turbos have got to stay cool, so you use more gas, helping to keep them cool. What do I know?
Ride and handling. What I liked about it, a dreamy ride. I don't know how else to put it. It's a dreamy ride, very controlled. This has got the air suspension on it. Boy, is it sweet.
Not floaty ride.
Not a floaty ride at all. Not at all. It's
Well,
very,
the air suspension makes a ton of difference.
It's very similar in the handling as that Land Rover Defender that I've got out there. What could use improvement? Zero. Don't mess with it. It's perfect.
It needs the imitation woody sides
Okay.
from the original Grand Wagoneer.
Then I'll bet you John Gray down at Gulf Coast Auto Shield could put that on there
He could
for
do
you.
that.
Good idea.
Base trim price, $107,995. Prices tested, $114,180. Base model price to get into it is $87,995. So this is not a cheap vehicle. But that's not what this vehicle is about. It's not about being cheap.
There's a show to owning one of these.
Yeah, most definitely. As far as competitors, well, let's just start with the Cadillac Escalade for $79,295. That's base entry-level price. All these are. Lincoln Navigator, $77,635. And the Mercedes-Benz GLS, and I had to kind of stretch it because that Mercedes-Benz isn't near as big, bulky, or it isn't really like it. But as far as price is concerned, it is $81,000.
What's the price on that you have in the driveway right now?
$88,000.
So it's still in the same range.
Yeah, it is. But that is much smaller than the Grand Wagoneer. All right. That is my review of the 2023 Jeep Grand Wagoneer Series III Obsidian 4x4. And by the way, what I didn't mention is, as far as the 4x4 is concerned, Jeep has like 3 different levels of off-road capability. And so you have to pick and choose if you're going to get one. How much off-road do you want to do?
Are you going to go off-road at all, or is it just going to be a soccer mom's car?
Well, that would be my guess. I wouldn't take it off-road. It's too pretty.
Nah.
The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through iHeartRadio. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts on over a dozen of the most popular podcast outlets. Find one, get it. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipes mean when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the original Loopy Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here's the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Loopy Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Speaking of original, nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Loopy Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Loopy Tortilla Katy is another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Loopy's. It's located just off I-10 of the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggie Land? Head to the Loopy Tortilla in College Station, located just around the corner from Kyle Field. It's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Headed east to Louisiana? Stop in at the Loopy Tortilla in Beaumont. It too's on I-10. You can't miss it. The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants invites you in for the best Tex-Mex anywhere. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is now part of the iHeart family. Now you'll have access to 24/7 Car Talk anytime you need a fix. Just download the iHeart Radio app and ask for In Wheel Time Car Talk, and there we are. Be sure to save us in your iHeart library for instant access. No matter where you are, you have the best Car Talk Show right on your PC, laptop, or mobile device and never have to worry about finding us again. Of course, you can always get access to our video and audio streams via InWheelTime.com and your favorite podcast channel, and all of this is free to you. From the iHeart Radio app, you'll not only hear our Saturday morning live show, but the best shows of the past, updated weekly. Never miss a minute of up-to-date new car reviews, pre-owned reviews, Conrad's Car Clinic, informative interviews, automotive news, and the most fun car talk show on the planet. Just download the iHeart Radio app, search for In Wheel Time Car Talk, save it to your library, and with a tap of the icon, you'll be in touch with your favorite Car Talk team. In Wheel Time Car Talk, streaming now on iHeart.com/In Wheel Time Car Talk. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.